Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 480 of the show, and this is the NXT Fallout from Stand and Deliver and the Event Center. I got here so far. What happened the first half hour was for free. Indy Hartwell kicked off NXT, the new NXT Women's Champion, I might add. She kicked off, and as she acknowledged the crowd acknowledged her back. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. She felt that Roxanne Perez never lost a title, and then for her to come back and defend it, and she got a lot of respect for Roxanne Perez, so he says Roxanne will get the first shot. But Zoe Stark doesn't think otherwise. She starts running her mouth, saying Indy's beatable and all that. And Indy goes, you know what? I'll accept your challenge. Why not? So it will be that matchup is official tonight. Also, Axiom was talking to Wesley at the airport. Axiom challenged him to a one-on-one match for the North American title. He said, since you brought it Saturday, why not? We'll do it again. You and I go one-on-one. So there's two championship matches on tonight. And then the first tag team action, the family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, going up against Pretty Deadly. And during that matchup, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson tried to do a switcheroo part, and somebody exposed the turnbuckle, and I believe Pretty Deadly got that exposed turnbuckle. Slams Tony D'Angelo in it, and Channing, and then Pretty Deadly did pick up the victory, which would not please the family. So I think the family's got some unfinished business there. Meanwhile, JC Jane addresses her former tag team partner and former friend Gigi Dolan about winning the NXT Women's Championship. She made sure it didn't happen. And I think Gigi Dolan is going to be looking out for some retribution. Battle of the big men in this matchup. Odyssey Jones going one-on-one with Dijak. And Dijak did pick up the victory over Odyssey Jones in a great matchup, which Dijak pulled a moonsault. Heck of a matchup there. And coming up next, Dragon Lee, possibly in action. Dragon Lee will make his NXT debut, so to speak. He made his debut already at Stand and Deliver, in-ring debut at Stand and Deliver, even though coming up short. Red Sox were down 6-1, I believe, in the bottom of the 5-1, 3-1. 3-1 at the bottom of the fix, excuse me. Forget my voice again, a little oxide, and hopefully I get well enough because I want to watch this Super Mario Brothers movie tomorrow. So we'll see what's coming up next after Dragon Lee makes his way to the ring, and we shall see what will happen in the meantime. So we'll be right back, and I will give you the results from my semi-live reaction to NXT, the Fallout from Stand and Deliver. All right, you talk about surprises and debuts. Didn't happen on Raw last night, but one happened tonight, and I will explain what's going on. But first things first, though, Carmella Hayes and Trick Williams pull up into the PC Arena to address the crowd as the new NXT Heavyweight Champion. Mackenzie Mitchell interviews Gallus, and Gallus, well, Joe Coffey says he's on a mission to pick a few fights and capture a championship. I wouldn't be surprised if Wesley gets by Axiom tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Coffey would target Mr. Lee. Or will he target Mr. Hayes? Who knows for sure. Meanwhile, Dragon Lee going one-on-one with Nathan Frazier. And this is a heck of a match between those two. But somebody jumped from the crowd, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Come to find out, Noam Dar is back in the WWE, part of NXT. Signed on with them from NXT UK. And check it out. He brought the Heritage Cup with him. Is the Heritage Cup now part of NXT? Bringing the British round. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least. So, yeah, Noam Dar is back. Signed on with NXT. And guess what? All the dafties. I'm a dafty because I don't like them. That means... Well, too bad Alicia Fox is no longer in the WWE because I miss him saying, I like Alicia Fox. I see like more NXT UK invasion. So as we got Lyra Valkyria, you got Nathan Frazier, you got the Gallus boys and everything else. We haven't heard much from Blair Davenport. Hopefully she's okay. I'll tell you what. This is going to be a heck of a feud. Let me tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I will get back to you guys on this, and we'll get back to the action. Nathan Frazier, Dragon Lee, 1-on-1. Maybe he would put the Heritage. Noam Dar will put the Heritage Cup Championship up. We shall see. It'll be a heck of a matchup. He's watching the matchup. I was shocked. I didn't think I would see Noam Dar ever again, but now Noam Dar is back. That means Supernova 11 Sessions could be making their return. This is going to be a whole lot of fun with Noam Dar coming back. All right, I'll see you after this matchup, and we'll see also what happens. So, you dafties, relax. Well, what a thrilling match Nathan Frazier versus Dragon Lee was. Dragon Lee in his NXT TV debut won the matchup. So that is the case. And Chase U celebrating the victory over Schism. Andre Chase gave a shout out to Tyler Bate, but then Duke Hudson said, "Hey, I'm the one that, and I was going to process honoring you. I know this. You said something about trophies, and you know what they said? We're going to honor you with the MVP trophy." So Duke Hudson seems to like that. Hard Chase U is back, and the Schism could be down 2 people because I think the former grizzled young veterans, Zach Gibson, James Drake, a.k.a. Rip Fowler and Jaggery, the Dyad, I've asked for their release, and it's been granted by the WWE. So, it looks like Schism's going to have to get some new members to replace them. So, this is going to be... So, we will find out what the story is with Schism, and we'll find out what Ava Rain and Joe Gacy are going to do after their loss to Chase U. We haven't heard much from them since that loss. Coming up next is the Women's Championship matchup. It will be Indy Hartwell defending that title against Zoe Stark. We will find out what will happen next. So, check it out, and I'll get back to you with the results of the matchup, and we'll be good. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright, the NXT Women's title in progress, as you know. Indy Hartwell defending it against Zoe Stark. Here's what happens. Afterwards, last time we paused on here, I talked about Chase U celebrating their victory and celebrating their victory. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn were celebrating their victory as the new women's tag team champions, and they felt, because of Isla Dawn's voodoo magic, that maybe some challengers will be lined up for them. We will see. And Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Wes Lane. She gave a shout out to all the competitors in the Fatal 5-Way Challenge, and it says the person that stands out to an Axiom, he's defending a title against Axiom tonight. We'll find out what in the world's going on with them in that matchup. But right now we're at the NXT Women's Championship matchup. Indy Hartwell defending against Zoe Stark. It will be a great matchup to say the least. And we will get to the conclusion, the results of that matchup, and many more. And later on, we have yet to hear from Carmelo Hayes of NXT. My semi-live reaction shall continue right after we take the next commercial break. Alright, Indy Hartwell did retain the title after Zoe Stark tried to think she's Ted DiBiase, and Indy Hartwell basically pulled a 1-2-3 kid. You don't know what I'm talking about? Look up Ted DiBiase versus the 1-2-3 kid, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then Tiffany Stratton comes out, gets Hartwell's attention, saying, "Hey, I want that title. That title should be mine. Unfinished business." But then we had not seen Cora Jade in a few months, and she ended up showing up to attack Indy Hartwell and grabbing the title, and she says the title was going to be mine. But then Kiana James was upset with Brooks Jensen. Two had a little argument. And then all of a sudden, Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley confront Kiana James. At least she confessed with truth, and sometimes things change. And then she walked out, and then Brooks Jensen was, and I don't know. I think up next, I think it'll be a grudge match. Ivy Nile one-on-one with Tatum Paxley. We'll see what happens in that matchup. Coming up next. Here are my and I will get you the results of that matchup in my semi-live reaction to NXT. Stand and Deliver Fallout. All right, the North American title is in progress during our picture commercial break. During the, as you know, Kiana James has been upset about what happened at Saturday night. Brooks Jensen tried to beg Kiana, but then she walked off on him, and then I think Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley knew all along, but then Brooks Jensen said, "Stay out of my relationship life," okay? That's what he said. That's what he said about him, and when to go after chasing after Kiana James. Cora Jade was interviewed in the parking lot, but Lyra Valkyria confronts her and says, "You cannot escape fate." So we keep going with that. Then you got Ivy Nile, Tatum Paxley going one-on-one. Ivy Nile won by submission in that matchup. Creed Brothers went to go celebrate with Ivy Nile. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Ilya Dragunov. He says that there's something, not all things can come easy. Then Von Wagner saying he's on the one because Dragunov mentioned monsters. On the monster your face. He said, "You want to go one-on-one with me?" And then Mr. Stone had to step in since the interview is over, and he goes, "I'll get you the matchup, but you lose this matchup, we're done." That's what Mr. Stone said. So that's a huge, humongous pressure on Von Wagner against Ilya Dragunov. While the North American title on the line right now is in a great matchup, Wex Lee and Axiom going one-on-one. I'm going to have Axiom and Dragon Lee being motivated after Rey Mysterio got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, which is really, really super cool. And personally, I like it. So hopefully, I can see Dragon Lee and Axiom join the LWO with Santos Escobar and the rest of Legado del Fantasma. We'll find out what's going on then. Okay, so we're going to get back to this matchup, and I'll get you the results. Plus, we're going to get to hear from Carmelo Hayes right after this commercial break. Well, a great matchup overall. Wesley did retain the title. Him and Axiom shook each other's hand, lifted each other's wrists, being classy athletes. But then, as Wesley jumps out of the ring, Scripps interrupts Axiom, and then Axiom tried to attack him. When Scripps tried to attack Axiom, Axiom kicks him in the face, and he yells, and Axiom yells at Scripps, "I'm going to expose you." We all know who he is on the mask. Don't even bother. And then Nathan Frazier was interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell, and he talked about perception changing reality and all that, and having a good attitude and wise beyond your years. And even Nathan Frazier kind of touched by that. But up next, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams celebrating Carmelo Hayes' NXT title victory over Braun Breaker. That's coming up next. And I'd assume the Red Sox would lose this game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm going to check out the score when we come back right after these words. And I'm going for the conclusion of this video of the NXT Stand Deliver Fallout semi-live reaction. Whoa! I gotta tell you, man. I'll tell you, I thought it was a great moment at first, man. I thought it was a great moment. Let me explain. As you know, there will be 3 new people coming to NXT very soon. They've been on NXT Level Up. I've been watching them on NXT Level Up. They'll be coming to NXT. Tank Ledger, Obafemi, and the lovely Danny Palmer. They'll be entering NXT television pretty soon. So, Trick Williams came out with the new NXT champ, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was talking about, how great Stand and Deliver was and everything else. Gave people LA a shout out, the venue and everything else. And then he gave Braun Breaker a shout out. And he says, hey, I'm going to give him his flowers, a lot of respect. And he asked Braun Breaker to come out. So Braun Breaker did come out. And Braun Breaker says it's an honor to give you the title. And to, you beat me fair and square. Sometimes, it's about NXT, not just about the superstars, it's about them. We listen to you guys. We hear the mellow chants, respect, and everything else. So, anyways, Braun Breaker. So, congratulations. And the new NXT champion. And so, as Carmelo Hayes was celebrating, he goes, one more thing, man. He extended his hand to two, shake hands, and give him a hug. And he lifted up, I was like, he lifted up Carmelo Hayes' wrist, and I said, I got a hunch something's going to happen here. Yep, something did. Braun Breaker grabbed him, short clotheslined him, attacked Trick Williams, and speared him. Looks like a little bit of Big Papa Pump is going to come out in Mr. Braun Breaker. That's right. We may see a little bit of his uncle coming out now. So this is going to be very interesting now. The fans are booing Braun Breaker, maybe Breaker turning heel. This is going to be an interesting situation to say the least now. So, I'll tell you what. Heck of a stand and deliver. Very good. 2 title matches. 2 awesome matches over in NXT. Decently done. So that is it. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 480 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. The NXT Event Center for the 4th of April, 2023. Fallout from Stand and Deliver. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tomorrow we do Wild Wednesday, and I plan on seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm going to try to see it early in the morning, because the earliest time is 11 o'clock. I want to try to see it, so I'm going to try to get there. Alright, so I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful night, and until the next episode comes running around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.